so we're done milking. Now it's time for the least fun part, cleaning up. So the milking, I pushed the clusters through the opening in the chute from the parlor. And now I'm going to disconnect from the milking can here in our chiller. So that involves disconnecting the filter line first. And then I take this part apart. Hang this hose to dry. And it gets cold down in the chiller, so the hoses are a little harder, more difficult to work with. And I'm going to disconnect the milk hose rings. And the sink. And I'm going to take off our lid with these holes on it. Get the solid lid ready. Then I'm going to attach the probe, insert the temperature logger probe, which I'm sanitizing right now. Hang it in the milk and get this little handy dandy temperature logger going. And that will help us document the temperature drop. Now I'm going to disconnect this filter. And the other one. Pull the inflation clusters through the wall. And position them in the wash sink. Okay, so for cleaning, we have to reset the green part from milking position to cleaning, which involves latching it over a little knot part that sticks out on the heat cup. Do that on all four. And you'll know if you forget because it won't work. So run lukewarm water through the chiller sink with lukewarm water. Rinse the ends of the hoses and hook them up to the bucket washer. And I'm also going to take apart the filter shells. And you should always observe your filters and see if they look fairly clean. Start the bucket washer running. Now over here, see nothing's happening because I still have it on to the milk pail. Turn that off, turn our pulsator off, and observe that the rinse water is running quickly. Take the other filter shell apart. Observe the filter, looks nice and clean. And then turn this off. The rinse cycle only needs to run for a couple of times. It's the shortest cycle. Bring that water out and get our super hot water going for the wash cycle. I'm going to put 4 ounces of alkaline detergent and an ounce of bleach. Taking this filter off so that the line filter can air dry. Using this rinse water to rinse the filter line and filters. And get this running. Now this one cycle needs to run the longest, 5 to 8 minutes, and you need to observe the bubble flow through your hoses to make sure that not only are the air vents clear, but that you're getting a velocity and volume of air bubbles, which is actually cleaning the lines. Take a brush, scrub the outside of the heat cup. washer here is going up and down, pulling and pushing solution. Wash the outside of your hoses. And then I'm going to get the agitator cleaned up to stir the milk in the chiller. Rinse it in sanitizer and start stirring our milk. Make sure I clean over the pan so that the debris doesn't fall in. And then I'm going to rinse these hoses and filters good. And let that water drain into the drain. The other waters I'll be saving and reusing to help clean the parlor. So while this runs now, I'll go out and clean the parlor. Okay, so about 8 minutes have passed, during which time I clean the parlor. Now I'm going to drain off the wash solution. Stir the milk while it drains. If I've done my job well, the milk will be done chewing about the time I'm done cleaning. If I haven't, let's clean longer. Alright, so now we're going to get the sanitizing solution back in here. Add one more squirt. And let the sanitizer run for a little while. At this step, the acid sanitizer is more about removing mineral buildup than it is as much as it is about sanitizing. Let this drain. Get the wash solution in here. And wash all our little bits and pieces. Sanitizing rinse needs to run about 1 to 3 minutes, depending on how much minerals you have in your water, and how often you do an acid wash, which would just be a super concentrated acid wash once a week or so. Our water and our program means that we don't have to do that. All right, turn that off. And I'm ready to drain the acid sanitizer. Disconnect and hang these hoses so that they'll drain and dry well. One more time, and use this acid sanitizer to rinse all these other spots, and then we're done.